Hello, I'm Renton Mayor Dennis Law, and I want to thank you for watching this important program about preparing for an emergency. Renton is our home, but as evidenced by various winter storms, our home is subject to unexpected outside forces, even earthquakes. In 2001, our region experienced a moderately severe earthquake called the Nisqually Quake. It gave us a wake-up call as to what we might expect someday if a more severe earthquake were to hit closer to our city. An event like that could personally affect us or someone we love, our children, elders, friends, or pets. We can't prevent disasters, but we can take charge of our own safety and survival by taking some basic preparedness steps now. We want to be the most prepared city in our region, and we're taking steps in our neighborhoods and city government to make sure that's the case. This program will help you to be more prepared to protect your family and your community, and I want to thank you for taking the time to help us be better prepared.
Our region has had its share of destructive events. We've experienced many disasters, both weather-related, like floods, earthquakes, snowstorms, and volcanic eruptions, and human-caused, such as environmental degradation, industrial, or armed conflict. They range from full-scale disasters like the eruption of Mount St. Helens to wake-up calls like our periodic earthquakes. Hi, I'm Cornell Amaya, Emergency Public Information Officer. Did you know that Washington has the potential for the widest variety of disasters in the United States and the third highest for earthquakes? While we can't predict when a disaster will happen, we can predict the impacts or consequences of a disaster. Some of these consequences that will impact us most have to do with the interruption of infrastructure. We may experience utility outages with electricity, natural gas, water, and sewer. Roadways, bridges, and railroads may be damaged, causing transportation problems. Telephone and other communication services may also be disrupted. Since most emergency services will be overwhelmed immediately after disaster, you should be prepared to be self-sufficient until outside help arrives, for a minimum of 3 days. The danger and risks of earthquakes can be reduced if you know what to do before, during, and after an earthquake. Disaster preparedness is everyone's responsibility. There are 3 tools that you can use in order to be prepared for an emergency. The first tool is knowledge. The second tool is be prepared to be on your own for a minimum of 3 days. And tool 3 is getting organized. Knowledge is power. The more you know about what happens during an earthquake and how to be safe, the better prepared you will be. Since earthquakes are the biggest and most regional type of disaster in our area, it's important to know how to be safe so you can teach family and coworkers. The biggest danger to us in an earthquake is caused by items that can break and fall. Make sure that your head is not the tallest thing in the room. Drop, cover, and hold on. Drop comes first because running during the earthquake is one of the more common reasons injuries occur. Cover, under a desk, table, or counter to protect yourself from items that can break or fall. Hold onto what you are under to keep it over your head. If there is no table, then think beneath, beside, between. Beneath any tabletop or counter. Beside any large piece of furniture. Between any rows of chairs. If you are not near a desk or table, drop to the floor against the interior wall and protect your head and neck with your arms. Avoid exterior walls, windows, hanging objects, mirrors, tall furniture, large appliances, and kitchen cabinets with heavy objects or glass. Do not run outside.
What if I'm outdoors or in a place without a table?
If you are inside and there is no table or counter, sit against the inside wall. Cover your head and neck. If you're outside, stay outside and drop and cover. If you're in a stadium or theater, drop between the seats and protect your head with your arms. Stay there until the shaking is over, keeping your head below the level of the seat tops.
What if I'm in a car or a bus?
If you're in a car, turn on your emergency flashers and slow down. Pull over and stop. If you're on an overpass, underpass, or bridge and can safely drive off, do so. If not, slow down, pull over, and stop where you are. Be careful of overhead hazards such as power lines or falling building debris. Turn off the ignition and set the parking brake. Stay inside the car until the shaking stops. If you are on a bus, remain calm and hold on to the seat in front of you.
What should I do if I'm in the bathroom?
The bathroom is a pretty safe place to be. The smaller the room, the better. If you're in the shower, turn off the water and sit down. If you're standing at the mirror, take one step back to the interior wall and sit down.
What if I am in bed?
Create a safe environment. Avoid hanging pictures or heavy frames above the bed. Position the bed against an inside wall. Stay in bed, get under the covers, and put a pillow on your head. Also, make sure you have shoes and a flashlight under the bed. This is your homework for tonight.
What if I have small children?
The best thing you can do is create a safe environment before the disaster occurs. Talk to your kids about earthquakes and practice drills with them. It's important that parents take a quake-safe action during an earthquake. You can't take care of your kids if you get hurt.
What if I have a pet?
Don't try to hold your pet during an earthquake. Animals instinctively want to hide when their safety is threatened. If you get in their way, even the nicest pets may hurt you. Make sure you include supplies for your pet when building your disaster supply kit, like extra water, food, and a leash.
Workplace and schools have disaster plans. But what about you and your family? Before the next earthquake, get together with your family or housemates to plan what you will do before, during, and after. By planning now, you will be ready. After a disaster, basic services like utilities, telephones, pharmacies, roadways, and first responders may be cut off for days. What would you and your family need if you were on your own for 3 days or more?
Here's where tool number 2 comes in. Prepare in advance so that you are self-sufficient for a minimum of 3 days. This includes stocking supplies, putting together a family disaster plan, and reducing earthquake hazards in your home. When you are putting together items for your disaster supply kit, make sure that you include items that will make you comfortable, safe, and healthy, as if you were going camping in the wilderness for 3 days or more. Some of the basic items that should be in every kit include water, 1 gallon per person per day for 3 days, radio and batteries. Emergency information will be available on the radio. Cairo radio station AM 710 is the official emergency radio station. Flashlight and glow sticks. Avoid candles because of the fire risk. Make sure you pack extra batteries. First aid kit, including a 7 to 10 day supply of prescription medications. Pack food that you like to eat in single serving quantities. I have granola bars, protein bars, comfort foods like cookies and hard candies in my kit. Include a non-electric can opener, eyeglasses and or contact lens supplies, an extra set of comfortable clothes with sturdy shoes. Make sure they are sturdy enough to walk on broken glass and uneven concrete. Put a sturdy pair of shoes and flashlight under your bed. If an earthquake happens while you're sleeping, you have your shoes and flashlight handy. Remember, this is your homework for tonight. You can also include other items such as a whistle, moisture wipes, and hygiene items. Entertainment items like a deck of cards, blankets and pillows, cash, because ATM machines won't operate if the power is out, and specialty items for infants, elderly, or pets.
Put the supplies in something easy to carry, like a backpack or a suitcase on wheels, and then put it someplace easily accessible, where everyone knows where it is, like a closet by the front door. There isn't much time to think during an emergency. That's why it's important to educate your family about emergency preparedness and create a family emergency plan in advance. Make sure every family member is familiar with the plan and post it in a visible area, such as a refrigerator or phone.
Talk about disasters that might occur. Locate the safe spots in each room for each type of disaster. Plan what to do during an evacuation. Identify 2 escape routes from every room in your home. Practice evacuating. Plan how to take care of your pets. Pick 2 places to meet. One place should be right outside your home in case of a sudden emergency, like a fire. The other should be outside your neighborhood in case you can't return home. Every family member must know the address and phone number of your meeting place.
After a disaster, the phone system may not be available. Stay off the phones unless you have a life-threatening emergency. Wait at least 3 or 4 hours before trying to make a call. It will be easier to dial out of state than locally.
Pick a family member or friend to serve as your family's out-of-area contact. In the event of an emergency, you can call your out-of-area contact and tell them that you're safe, where you are, and where you're going. Your out-of-area contact can then share this information with other family members who call. All family members should have the phone number of your out-of-area contact with them at all times. In the event of an emergency, family members should call the family contact and report where they are. Inspect your home for potential hazards. Most people in the U.S. are injured or killed by the way a building is decorated. If it would break, fall, or hurt someone, bolt, anchor, or strap it down. If it would break or fall and block an exit, bolt, anchor, or strap it down, or move the item to another part of the room.
And be sure to practice your plan with your friends and family. The more you practice, the more likely you are to remember it. In the event of a disaster, your best source of help will be your neighbors, co-workers, family and friends, and yourself.
Become empowered to respond. Get trained. Take a first aid class and learn safe and simple techniques for citizen search and rescue. Show each family member how, where, and when to shut off the water, gas, and electricity for the house. Keep all necessary tools near the gas and water shut-off valves. Remember, turn the utilities off only if you suspect the lines are damaged or if the utility company instructs you to do so. Once you turn off the gas, you'll need a professional to turn it back on. Outfit your home with ABC-type fire extinguishers and teach every family member how to use them. Follow the manufacturer's instructions for testing and recharging each device. Organize your neighbors and friends and invite them to get prepared with you. When you do this, you, your family, and neighbors get better prepared and connected, giving you the peace of mind that you are able to take care of yourselves.
We have a program called Map Your Neighborhood, where neighbors get together to share information about their disaster resources, identify each other's needs, and learn some basic safety steps to take right after a disaster. When an emergency happens, that block will have neighbors helping neighbors. Doing this can really take the load off the emergency responders so they can focus on more critical needs. For those who want to learn more advanced skills, we offer Community Emergency Response Team, or CERT, training. These people go beyond the basics and become emergency first responders within their own neighborhoods.
Remember to frequently practice your emergency drills with your family. Every time you practice, you double the chances of doing drop, cover, and hold when the real earthquake happens. It builds confidence, and it's fun. During and after an emergency, it will be important for us to know that our family members are safe and equipped to handle any situation.
Take action to be better prepared for the impacts that a disaster can have on our home, families, neighborhood, and our workplace. To measure your level of preparedness, pretend that an event, like an earthquake, was going to happen in the next few days and you can't leave the area. What would you do between now and then to get prepared?
What plans would you make with your significant other or family members? Do you have a reunion plan in place? Have you discussed school, daycare plans, pet or special needs plans for elderly or infants? Choose the out-of-area contact for your family and give everyone the phone number. Find out about the disaster plans at your children's schools and daycare centers. Pick a meeting place just outside your home and one outside your neighborhood in case you can't return home. Everyone must know the address and phone number. Make sure your pet has an ID chip or is wearing another type of ID. Do you have what you need for you and your family to be self-sufficient for a minimum of 3 days after a disaster? Start by storing water, and then build the rest of your disaster supply kit. Teach your family skills, such as how and when to turn off the water, electricity, and natural gas. Are you sure that everyone in your family knows how to be safe in an earthquake? Be sure to teach them and practice together. The more you practice your emergency plan, the more likely you are to remember it in times of disaster. If you want more information, call the City of Renton Fire and Emergency Services